Welcome to Dog Hugs, your daily dog show, sponsored by Yummy Combs. Love your dog longer. On today's show, it's Get Ready for Thanksgiving Day with Dog Nutrition. Help your dog to have a holiday feast that's fit for a beast. Welcome to Dog Hugs, Geraldine.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Dog Hugs, where we bring you everything dog every day.
That's right. Well, today we're getting ready for Thanksgiving, folks. And if you've got some nutrition questions, Geraldine and I've got some answers for you. Do we do our disclaimer now?
We do, and we're going to do our disclaimer now. It's a great idea. Thank you, Larry. So we are not veterinarians, nor are we nutritionists. So we always ask that you check with your nutritionist or veterinarian behaviorist, whoever you love to work with first, before changing anything in your pet's diet, unless you're removing something that we're going to suggest today, because you can go Google it and it will say the exact same thing. And it's research that's been done by scientists, real scientists who know what they're talking about. So we stick with the experts on the facts. But Larry and I have a lot of experience with what to feed your pet and what not to feed your pet. So we'll help a little bit so that you don't have one of those moments of, I wish I would have known. Yeah.
So bring your questions, folks. Ask any questions and we'll have some ideas for you. Before we get into that, also on Thanksgiving Day is a very special broadcast. And that's going to be today's fun fact. The National Dog Show will happen at noon on Thanksgiving Day. Geraldine, I know you know so much about the National Dog Show.
I do, and it's a really fun place to go. I'm looking forward to when dog shows are in real time again in terms of being able to actually see the show in action. But one of the things that people do not realize about the National Dog Show is that it may have been on TV for the last 19 years, but it's actually been going on since 1879, the Philadelphia Kennel Club's dog show. So it's been around a really long time, and there are so many great stories that will be shared, many during the show Thursday, but we are lucky enough to be able to bring some of the NBC Philadelphia Kennel Club National Dog Show stories to you right here on Dog Hugs. We'll let you know.
And today's fun fact. Great. Well, we love sharing with you some giveaway. And so all you have to do is put a comment in, just like our good friend Sarah Smith in Saginaw says hi. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. Nice to see you.
And the winner of today's drawing will get some Yummy Combs. Ooh, that's a big one.
It is, isn't it? This is great. Yeah. I actually asked him to make this for me because I wanted to be able to define or describe exactly what happens when your dog chews this and how many sides or surfaces, the surface area of their teeth actually is affected by this as they chew on it.
Spider wants his, but before he gets his, he's going to do what we're doing on our drawing today, and that's draw one of these balls that has a number on it.
Hey, so make a comment, join us, and hopefully Spider will choose your number so you can win a bag of Yummy Combs. Now, we've been giving a bag of Yummy Combs away every show for the past 5 weeks, and there are some really lucky people out there that have won. Spider has chosen their number.
And we hope it's yours today.
We do.
When Geraldine says stop, Spider's going to go get it.
Stop!
Okay.
I didn't sing stop today.
There he goes, taking a tumble up here. And if
you were number roll, please.
7, whoa,
lucky number 7,
then you would win Yummy Combs. So you'll get numbers. Come here, buddy. Boy, give it a rest, my friend. He loves Yummy Combs.
Hey, I'm the same way. I see Thanksgiving meal and I want to dig right in so I can imagine
Yes.
what he feels with that yummy comb. It
Second.
smells so good.
Wait, be really good. We're working on voice cues. Pretty. There you go. Good
Nice.
kitty.
He's so gorgeous.
Okay.
The TV does not do him justice.
Wait here. No, not the wrapper. You want the good stuff. There you go, buddy. All right. Well,
We love how much I love how it just, as he chews, it just scrapes clean his teeth. That's an amazing quality.
yes. So we thank Yummy Combs for setting up that giveaway. And here is a word from our sponsor, Yummy Combs. Stay right there because you'll want to know some great holiday tips. How do we say it?
It'll be a feast for your beast.
A feast for your beast. So we'll be right back.
It's cold outside, but it's warm in my heart. And in the gray fall sky is his work of art, laden and low, quiet and still. November is welcome, my eyes to drink their fill. Of brown-gray grass and red-orange leaves, of pavement winding through the strong stately trees. Down the hill, past the barn, past the gate, up the lane. The house with bright candles in each window pane. Now I step inside, oh it's warm, oh that smell. Hot turkey roasting, potatoes done well. Sweet spicy cider, warm winter wine, cranberry sauce, the flavor's divine. The smiles and hugs are so warm and sweet, and this cold gray November, a Thanksgiving treat. I do love it all, and I am so thankful, yes, for this lovely season. I am truly blessed.
Well, happy Thanksgiving, folks. So here we go. It's Thanksgiving time. There's food around, and even though it's going to be different this year, we still want to be safe with our dogs.
We do. And something I forgot to mention earlier in our pre-show chat, Larry, was I do not allow my dogs in my kitchen while I'm actually cooking. They are in their
That's
kennel, they're on a
smart idea.
bed. They have something to do that's occupying them like their yummy comb. Because I'm a klutz. I am a great chef, but I'm a klutz. And I might drop a knife. I might scrape something on the floor they shouldn't have by accident. And
Yeah.
boy, it smells so good to them because, you know, dogs live through their noses that boom, he has something or she has something already in their tummy. And I'm not a big fan of the whole I don't like to have to make my dog throw up. They throw up enough. I don't want to force them to throw up because I've not paid attention. And I've been a bad dog mom. So I'm really proactive that when I'm cooking, they are in their safe space.
That is really smart. Yes. I will have a dog gates.
Partition up. Yes.
Partition. Yeah. So
Very wise.
yeah. Really
it's not
great.
fun to spend Thanksgiving at the ER in any fashion with your pet or
No.
with your people.
That is not a great place to spend your Thanksgiving day. So what about turkey? Is turkey okay for dogs?
Turkey is great for dogs unless your dog is allergic to turkey, and you will probably know that ahead of time. It's not that turkey is bad, it's too much at once is bad. And also, we love to doll ours up. I stuff mine with butter and parsley, and I'll put a bunch of garlic in it and potatoes, and I'll make all kinds of different turkey crazy because turkey is my jam. However,
I'll be right over.
perfect. However, I'll have room. However, I buy a separate piece of turkey breast and I boil it for my pets. I
Just plain.
just plain, no salt, no flavorings of any kind, because once again, dogs live their noses. They have 1,500 taste buds. We have 9,000. So unless it smells good or has a great consistency for them, they're not going to really want to eat it. So there's a really great way to make You can bake it as well. I just don't like to dehydrate my dogs. Anytime I give my dog something that's dried out a little bit already, it steals moisture from their system to be able to break it down. It needs those water molecules as a combustion engine to break down that food. So if you boil it, it's hydrated, it's not dried. And I don't like dogs drinking too much at once. So it's a great way to keep some moisture in their meal.
That's really smart. And so it's just plain turkey, simply boiled. Or if we're going to add back turkey juices, we're not adding in all those other goodies you said. Definitely not any onions.
No, stay away from onion and the onion family, meaning garlic, shallot, etc. So onion has a compound in it called N-propyl disulfide, which is actually it has a cleaving mechanism. So when a dog eats this, it actually, the organic compound goes into their bloodstream, cleaves their red blood cells, and then your red blood cells look like kind of like a donut without the hole all the way. It's kind of a divot, almost like those old candies, sweet tart candies. So if you imagine that candy, that little divot, the oxygen. I think I know they do because I've eaten them. So I know they make them. That does date me. So here, but don't eat too many at once. But think of the oxygen molecule sitting in that little donut shape, and that's how it rides around and gets to the different parts of your body. Well, think about that red blood cell cut in half.
It holds the oxygen like
a pillow,
cup, huh? Like a pillow. That was really smart.
So when they eat onion or garlic or shallots or anything in that family, it cleaves that red blood cell. And if they have too much at once, it makes them anemic. It causes trouble breathing. It's going to cause trouble. They're going to vomit. They'll be super lethargic. And so it's just, and don't forget, when you feed your dogs rotisserie chicken, there's onion in there. You're giving your dogs onion if you're one of those people that does I just feed it rotisserie chicken, it's okay. Yeah. No.
So I've got to really read all the ingredients very carefully, and I have to be able to trust that what I'm reading is accurate.
Yes, and the complications are so serious that I feel like if I don't go stop or make sure that you pay attention, I feel like you're doing a disservice to your dog, and we're doing a disservice to you by not yelling stop doing it if you're doing it now.
Yes. So
they can recover from it, but they can't if it gets to a level of toxicity that causes them to stop breathing.
Well, we have a happy Thanksgiving notice from one of our fans all the way from Athens, Greece. This is not Athens, Georgia, Joel. You're in Athens, Greece. Wow.
Hi, Joel. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Thanks for joining us.
So garlic, similar to onions, leeks, shallots, all that, just don't give it to the dog.
Yeah, best to just stay away. I mean, one bite's not going to hurt them, but whoever stops at one.
Right. Yes. And what about stuffing?
Stuffing's a big no-no. It's usually made with bread, which bread is not good for dogs, and I don't really... I stay away from baked goods for dogs. It's just not anything I would suggest. Dogs do not raid cornfields or wheat fields. They raid chicken coops. So I do believe that having too many items that their systems are not ready for or okay with or prepared for, or even it's not meant to be, then you set them up for cancer and many other issues, digestive issues, lots of issues. So I'm a bigger fan of being proactive to what a dog's normal diet should be, and sticking with that is, you can doll it up a little. Like one of the ways that I spice up my, hi, Sarah, happy Thanksgiving. So glad you're here. Love Sarah. She's a fighter. Love her. One of the things I love to do is cranberries are really good for us. So in order to spark my family to eat more cranberry, I started making a cranberry chutney. And now I am known for having this amazing cranberry chutney. So I have a little cranberry chutney for dogs recipe that I'll post later. you guys can make it all winter long. It's a really great way to put a little bit of something on top of your dog's food that is an antioxidant, has good fiber. There are vitamins C, E, K1. K1's for blood clotting. Also, manganese is for better growth patterns in life. And also, there's my most important one is it's a polyphenols that are in cranberries, which actually help. They're anti-aging, but they're good for urinary tract infection. They're awesome for your gut health, your heart health, and anti-cancer once again. So I'm a big fan of taking what I know is really great for my family and then turning that into something that they'll enjoy that doesn't have too much sugar and too much yuck in it, and being able to transfer that to my dogs and put a little bit of that on my dog's food as well.
So I've got to be careful with the cranberries, even though they're good for the dog.
Just a little.
Just a little bit. And not with all the preservatives.
No, but there's no preservatives if you're hand making it. So if I hand make it, I know what's in it. I know there's nothing in it that's bad. But I also want to be cognizant of the fact that, or be very mindful of, your dog's not very big. So if you think a handful is not very much, to your dog, that handful is a bushel basket.
Oof.
So a portion size should be appropriate to the size of your dog, and don't think more is better. More makes them not be able to pay attention to you. It makes them not feel very good. It makes them feel like they have to protect you more if it affects them, because then they're at that moment they're a little bit afraid of what's going on here, because why do I feel so crazy? I just ate what mom gave me. So they don't have the rationale for portion control. We have to do that for them.
Cranberries, a little bit of blueberries, little bit
of turkey.
A little bit of turkey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What about potatoes?
I'm a fan of keeping potatoes away from my pets.
Mm-hmm.
They have to be cooked if they are going to have potatoes, because you'll see potato in things, and I'm not against it. To me, it's a sugar, and in order for potatoes to be metabolized by humans properly, we're supposed to have them with a lot of fat. Mm-hmm. And if you're on a low-fat diet, then you're just giving yourself straight sugar. So a little tiny bit of sweet potato, or potato if your dogs are not allergic to it, is fine, but no butter, no salt, no garlic, no spices, no chive. And who does that? Usually people have all of that in their potatoes, right?
Guilty as charged.
Yes. So if you want to boil them a potato, or if you would like to bake them a potato and give them a little bit, tiny bit, that's okay, but it's straight sugar. So just be cognizant of that.
Are yams or sweet potatoes better than non-sweet potatoes, non-yams?
Well, yes and no. They're still a potato. There's still a lot of carbs. Yes, they have compounds in them that help stimulate estrogen release and other things. So you want to just be careful with them. However, can't be raw, must be cooked, and make sure your pet's not allergic to them, because sadly, one of my pets was deathly allergic to sweet potato, and sweet potato was in everything. So I was not able to give him any sweet potato. So make sure your pet's not allergic before you give him too much sweet potato.
That makes sense. What about vegetables? Let's go to vegetables.
Vegetables are great. Unless your dog has a thyroid issue,
Mm-hmm.
certain vegetables are great. An example, if my dog does have a thyroid issue, I would stay away from the cruciferous nightshades like broccoli and cauliflower. And those are things that, in Brussels, those are things that people love to give their dogs. But if your dog has a thyroid issue, you would want to steer clear from those. Otherwise, those steamed are fantastic.
That's new to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got to check with my veterinarian whether broccoli is appropriate for my dog.
Correct. If he has got some thyroid issues going on, I always check with my veterinarian before giving broccoli, although it's one of my favorites. So a really great go-to are green beans. Dogs love green beans. They're great fiber. They taste good. They're crunchy. They're small package. They're easy to give as almost a treat. Yeah. And raw or cooked, they're awesome. Just no onion, no salt, no butter. Watch out for the things that will throw their system off too much. And one of the most important ones is making sure their bladder can handle the detoxifying and all this stuff flushing out of them. So a lot of fresh water and time in between snacking will help their system break it down.
Yeah, I was surprised that Spider loves vegetables so much.
My dogs love them.
Astounded me. I mean, even broccoli, which has such big, to me, odor, even.
And I
And
think that's why one of the reasons they love them. They love the odor. And also carrots have a nice sweet odor, but
yeah,
you want to be careful and limit carrots. There are a lot of sugar like potatoes, so I'm stingy with the carrots and the potatoes.
oh, good to know. Good to know.
Green beans are my go-to.
What about sugar peas or snap peas?
Once again, same thing of not only a little too high in sugar. I think peas across the board are too high in sugar for dogs. So I'm super careful. But also there's a string in the back of the sugar snap peas, and you want to pull that
Yeah,
off.
right.
Because if you don't, they can choke on that, and that's not fun to have to remove. I've seen that happen before. Not fun. Heimlich doesn't work for that one. and also some dogs are allergic to peas. Once again,
Okay. Brussels sprouts or cabbage.
your dog's gonna have a lot of flatulence to give you as a Thanksgiving gift if you'd like to layer on all the cabbage.
The gift that
Lots of
keeps on
fiber.
giving.
So if you're gonna give them cabbage, cook it, blanch it, chop it up. Only give them a little, and that's if your dog is not falling into any of the categories we chatted about today, including and most importantly, allergic reaction. I love cabbage. I call it the musical fruit. I mean the musical veggie. Sorry, the musical veggie.
Well played.
But I love cabbage. I love cabbage personally, and Brussels sprouts with yummy.
Let's see. Is there anything else before we go on to dessert that we're missing? Oh,
Well,
dairy.
maybe. Well, dairy definitely. I love dairy, but I stay away from dairy personally as much as possible because I do not have the enzyme to break down the milk sugars, and therefore it gives me a big old stomach ache.
Mhm.
Dogs are the same way, so I'm just less hairy than most dogs, but my system seems to be incredibly similar to my own pets. So I keep dairy away from them. I will use it sometimes as a bribe to entice them to learn a new trick, or if they're having a really rough day, I'll give them a tiny bit, and it'll usually be a white cheese, not a yellow cheese, because there's less cholesterol in a white cheese. And I'll also use it as scent training or luring them, and then give them their other treat instead, or because then it has the good nose that lures them. But that's only on their stubborn days, and that's usually a full moon.
Oh, it's really interesting. I mean, I've in the past used cheese as a training treat, and that's probably not such a great idea.
No, I think it causes trouble because dogs they don't go up to a dairy farm and go, "Hey, where's the milk?"
Yeah.
They once again go to the chicken coop and say, "Hey, where's the chicken?" So
this is a really interesting one. Sarah Smith says my dog goes crazy over lettuce. He loves
that's wonderful. Mine spit it out. And I try to trick them all the time, and they go just like that, right in my face. Even spinach.
What are there certain kinds of lettuce that are better than others?
I think if you can get your dog to eat pretty much any lettuce that's and of course, I'm not going to go into too many details, but lettuce is a lot of water. So it's really great hydration. It's also great fiber. And if you think of gerbils, hamsters, mice, rats, that family, they're constantly eating to keep their teeth from growing too long because their teeth constantly grow. So by eating all day, also that's a digestive aid. So it helps their digestion if they constantly eat that Timothy hay or that grass or that lettuce. So it's really good for them to eat some, just not too much. Yeah. Too much fiber can cause trouble in anyone. If you've not experienced that, I wouldn't wish it on anyone, especially not their dog. But that's good. I think lettuce is really good as long as they, like I said, don't have too much.
Yes. Before we go into dessert, are we missing anything else? Or do
you
have any questions?
I think we're good on.
Okay. Dessert. Let's go to dessert.
Well, I'm going to go straight to grapes because grapes will be in many things besides dessert. And although being the scientist I am, I have my own theories on why grapes shut down a dog's system and others it won't. And some it takes many I still believe in my heart that anything that I know could possibly cause kidney failure in my pets, I will stay away from. And grapes are one of those things. In 2016, the poison control for the ASPCA received 3,722 calls, and 10 years prior to that, only 233 calls. Tells me how many more people are feeding their dogs grapes or raisins, and I know it's causing trouble. So I think that grapes were not as readily available as they became in the 2000s and beyond. So we really didn't know, because there are still dog cookbooks out on the market today that have raisins as part of the ingredients. So a big warning is just to
big mistake.
Stay away from them. And if you want to give your dog one frozen one in the summer, that's fine, but stop there and just be mindful. I don't recommend it at all.
I will stay away from grapes and raisins,
or jelly,
grapes,
or grape jelly,
right?
Or the corner of your peanut butter and jelly sandwich. No, or gummies. No gummies.
Yeah.
All have grape and baking powder is made from grape, but we'll have a discussion about that later.
Baking powder is made from grape. How interesting. Okay. Chocolate is one we hear that's a no-no.
So to be clear, I just, once again, across the board, no chocolate. However, there's a compound in chocolate called theobromine, and it is more prevalent the more pure your chocolate or the more pure your cacao is, the percentage. You see dark chocolate where it's pure cacao, and then you see milk chocolate or white chocolate where there's hardly any cacao or hardly any theobromine, but there's still some.
Right.
So
just stay away from chocolate.
Just stay away from it. And teach your children or anyone that lives in your home that will bring chocolate in and tuck it under their bed or hide some in their backpack or maybe leave it on the stairs, Halloween time especially. Just have a rule that everything stays up out of the dog's reach. And if you keep that rule, you can keep your vet bills or you can keep your wallet intact and your heart intact.
Yes. Amen. So you mentioned baking powder. That probably then rules out cake that uses baking powder.
I used to have a theory that if it wasn't good for me, it wasn't good for my dog for 90% of everything. And I know cake is not good for me, so I'm not going to give it to my dog. Now, if I do want to make a special cake for my dog, there are recipes online, and I'll toss one up on my social media over the holidays through the rest of the year, so you guys will have an idea of what a really clean dog cake recipe should look like, or a really clean cranberry chutney recipe for a dog should look like, and what a serving size looks like as well. Because sure, I show a picture of my dog eating the whole cake for his birthday. No, he had one bite, took the cute photo, and then the cake went back in the fridge, and he barely got another piece before I threw it in the trash. That's just my theory. Is too much of that's not good for him, and so too much of anything. Just pay attention to serving size, and remember, it's not your serving size, it's your pet serving size.
Good thinking. So
one thing I didn't mention, Larry, was what happens if your dog does have theobromine? What happens? Heart failure, respiratory distress, tremors, seizures, and Larry and I always preach to everyone out there in the world, know thy dog. So if you know your dog and you see them getting lethargic, you'll instantly know something's wrong, and that instant could save your pet's life. If you wait an hour, I'll see what happens in an hour. It could be too late by then. So know thy dog this Thanksgiving and feed him like the cute little beast that he or she is. with your heart. Don't love them to death. Love them to live.
Beautifully said. Is there anything else that you want to wrap up this feast fit for a beast with?
I'm certain that there are. I'm certain that there are many people out there that want to keep their dogs close. But the one thing, the whole holiday, but the one thing that you can do for your dog, especially after you give them a little bit of food, is to give them the break. either their kennel, their safe space, their bed, and give them some time away from people so that they can have a moment. It would just be a better. It would set their whole behavior and the way they feel and the way they give back to you in an even better place because they've gotten the break that they need. So that would be my little takeaway so spoil them, let them take a nap by themselves, let them take a nap with you, but give them a little time.
That's beautifully said. Well, it's time for our shelter shout out. And we've talked about how much we're celebrating this month being Senior Pet Month. And there are shelters across America that love to specialize in rehoming senior pets. And one in particular that we've been celebrating in San Francisco is Muttville in San Francisco, who specialize in rehoming senior pets. So blessings to anybody who adopts a senior pets. They are terrific pets.
And thank you, Muttville. You are possum.
Yes.
Positively possum.
Yes. Now, we see in the comments here that Sarah Smith is our only one stateside who is eligible for today's giveaway. So do we and Sarah has already won.
We are going to, Sarah's dog is so lucky.
Okay.
Sarah's dog is going to be loaded with yummy combs through the entire winter. All right. It's going to get cold up there.
Well, we're gonna do a drawing here, Sarah, and here.
And you won. Oh, hint, you won.
All right, buddy. So we're gonna put all of the balls into our wheel-o-rama.
Wheel-o-rama.
Yes, go up here. Go up there, buddy.
Good boys. I love how he jumped in already. He's always ready to do his job.
Which one?
200%.
There we go. Let's see which one Spider picks. Yeah. Good boy, little buddy. Pretty. Good job. Pretty. Very good.
Nice. All right, stop.
Okay, stop. All right, let's see which one of Sarah's numbers Spider picks. Bring it up.
Sarah, Spider has you number.
Your lucky number, Sarah, is number 7. All right.
Do you realize Spider chose 7 twice today? Or did you? Yeah, Spider chose 7 twice today. He is consistent.
Yeah, that's right. It's a really lucky day. Atta boy, Spider. Very good boy. Well, yeah, atta boy. Good job, buddy. Well, we wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving. My gratitude goes to all of our frontline workers who are keeping us safe and healthy. And my wish for everybody on Thanksgiving is, whether you're alone or with others whom you care about or love, be safe, be sensible. That's my wish.
Definitely. I second that. And I'd like to add on a layer of gratitude for everyone out there who joins us for Dog Hugs. Our audience is fantastic. I know some of you are too shy to mention anything, and you've already sent us some emails letting us know that, but we are forever grateful for your dedication to dogs and cats. And we are grateful for you. So thank you for joining us over all these episodes, which are in the hundreds now.
Yes. We'll have to do a count. We lost count some time ago. And
we did. We do so much we lost count.
We have one special comment here. You know this guy, Geraldine?
I do. That's my lovely husband. So fantastic. Thank you, Scott.
Hi, Scott.
I'm
very, very
so
happy
grateful for him. He's a blessing.
And my neighbor, Nora. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Nora.
Happy Thanksgiving, Nora. I miss you.
All right. Well, again, wishing you all a very, very happy and safe Thanksgiving. All right. Take care.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Take care.